Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
All right, well, go on, people. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much for tuning in to another video on the coach's desk. We're here, we're live. Yeah, man. Trackside, from trackside. You understand? And we'll be talking up some things in this one. Big up to the persons on Facebook, wherever you are watching this from in the world. You understand? Big up yourself. And thanks to all my viewers and my subscribers. As you come into or on the stream, please like, share, and subscribe. So tell a friend to tell a friend that we're on right now, because we're going to be having track and field discussion. Right? Yeah, man. Big up to all the supporters. However you support the channel, whether you share it, whether you tell your friend to tell somebody about us, you understand? Yeah, man. We appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. And definitely we look forward to the continued growth of this channel. You understand? So growth doesn't necessarily mean subscribers count. It could also be viewership. You understand? Also, YouTube just messaged me indicating that they're experiencing some issues. So whatever issues that we encounter in this stream, if we're gonna have any issues, just letting you know that YouTube send me a message that they're having some difficulties, and they will, try as best as possible to, what you call it now, rectify that issue as quickly as possible. Big up to the early birds. You understand? People who come out early, show themselves, drop a comment in the chat room. You understand? Notice that nighttime chat room busy, chat room always up and running. Some interesting ideas always come about in the chat room as well. And we get interesting ideas also from the videos that we do, or the uploads that we make, what we publish on a daily basis. We see a lot of comments that, very, very interesting. And listen, I am not going to say I'm the repository of all knowledge, but somebody comment them don't make no sense. Some make sense, some average, whatever. But that's why this space is a free space where you can share. But one thing we don't like is people going on the side of being disrespectful. You understand? Just try as best as possible to keep it sane. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Keep it sane. Because it no make no sense. You know what I mean? So me I got delete comments. You get what I say? Say what you want to say about the video. Say what you want to say about the athletes. But don't speak ill of the athletes and expect it to slide. Don't speak ill of the host and expect it to slide. You understand? Yeah, man. Don't ramp with the thing. Cause we put on a militant suit we put on right now, So we not no lay with nobody right now. Militant suit. If you don't like the content and you watch it, give your feedback. But no dissing. Me not gonna say me I got this say, But if you put me to the test, yeah, man, eye for an eye. I can still forgive you, But don't push it. See? Yeah, man, don't push it. Because we can't be civil, people. We can't be civil, man. Hey, that's why sports so nice, People don't agree with everything what everybody say. But let us keep it civil. You don't know me, I don't know you. You come watch the channel because of what I put out. Don't bother with the foolishness. Don't make me start at war. Cause they used to call me war boat, They used to call me war boat. Yeah, man, and I not just talk war. Anyways, big up the chat room people them. You know we have to address the people them. And you see the thing about it, the people them were not the people that are not here. I mean address. I don't really honor here, you know. And the people them will know the system run already. You see me I say? And at them I look at them not really give no problem. But anyways, T, big up yourself, you know, girl. Hold on there. Me know my eye good, you know. Cause I see T in the comment section, though. Yeah, man, I know me see like me see something about drop link. You think me eye them big for nothing? Nah, man, they're not big for nothing, man. So, while she get ready to be active in the night, yeah, I just put on the headset. Big up to Fabian, people. Fabian won't be here tonight. Fabian is on the battlefield. Fabian is actually at primary champs in the night, yeah. Or him probably reach home already. But anyways, Joe Fortis, what go on, brother? Big up yourself, you know. Let's say audio clear. Yeah, man. Anita Winter, big up. Talking at the building. Christine, what go on? Big up. Ocean. Everything mucho. See me I tell her. Tina building. Let's have an awesome show. Yeah, man. Yeah, some things that we are going to talk about. We are talking about Sherickas' performance. We are talking about Kishane situation. We are talking about Johan Blake struggling in his farewell season. You understand? So a whole lot of things we are talking about. T, welcome.
Night all. I'm here. I'm here. Good night. Good night to you all.
You sound like you can sing.
No, I can't. I'm horrible at singing, but I love to sing. Well, I love to rap, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for give you a piece when you ready for drop a bar now?
It's not my raps. I rap other person's raps. Yeah.
It doesn't. Okay, all right. We can probably start out that as a show go on. Let me just run through some of the comment and then we can delve into the conversation. Pastor Angela, good night, coach. Hope you're having a blessed night. Yeah, man. Too blessed to be stressed, you know. I see my name in the title. Boy, Blake, you always come with them foolishness, you know, but big up yourself, same way. It's a great news. Dr. Dan, how go on? Kari F. True and a lot of hypocrisy. Alright. So that means look at me say something where Kari agree with, you know. Brian Gibson, we say easy. Me always easy, man. You see me in my fire shirt tonight still, you know. We not take no prisoner, you know. Fresh God, Capo, what go on? Bless up yourself. Bitalk say, oh, everybody vexed today. Who vex? Me look like somebody vexed, T?
Now you say you're so militant, sir.
But when somebody militant and vex?
It looks so.
No, so I'm not vex, man. Me just make people know say, yo, we are not soft soap. You see me? Fire Puma will come out in that tonight,
Them
you know.
know that for my channel still, you know, so me not play them the game. That you play them the game, that's how them a text them. Oh, I don't rap
No,
with
man,
nobody.
I one particular video me do, man, and the people, well, two videos me do, and the people them step out at this athlete, and them a come at me strong. But true,
Which
I me
video?
run
Which
my
video?
show, me just X out some people, you see me? Hey, and I
Which
big up
video?
yourself. Huh?
Which video?
Two videos me do. Me do one with Shericka, me do one with Omar McLeod.
So how people are coming at you for that?
Cause they're not so wonderful, you know. They're not so wonderful.
Them not rated. Okay.
No, that me have to put it at.
I
Art
get you.
Dog, big up yourself. All the best to Fabian and his team. Yeah, Fabian are going good. Hey, Fabian, link up with Jacko this morning, you know, and Serena Cole. So you and Fabian do just give long jumper make Serena give some word of advice. You know, me can't tell you when say to Jacko still. Kind of tell me that part there. Anthony Sunich, good evening, coach man. I was so much looking forward to see Jacko's opener, but was somewhat disappointed by what I saw. Although she won, she doesn't. Oh, so somebody will agree with me. Big up yourself. The strength, what go on? There's some more strength there tonight. TC Christina big you up there now.
Hi, Christina, baby. What's up?
Virgin and a Malcolm X me come fi say. Probably me missed that comment there. Anyway, so people, we're gonna jump right into it. We're not gonna go around the curb. Seeing? Pan it straight to there. Johan Blake. Jesus peace. You see me now? I am not an individual that is gonna tell athletes to hang up their spikes. Go sit down. They need to call it quits. Me not gonna do that. Because you see the passion where sometimes the athletes have, the fire they're hard for out. See it? And it can't just because a bad little period that them a go through, them a go say, alright, them a give up. So happened that this Johan Blake last season. So it kinda sticky. He got hurt earlier in the season. His times have not been stupendous. They have been like, what you call it now, schoolboy time, even though some schoolboys are running faster than that. But I think he's really struggling, and I am not going to give him any advice. He possibly have persons in his corner that can give him advice, but trust me, it's not a good look. The caliber athlete that Johan Blake is, to really be, facing these sort of dilemma, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. One of my friend seeing, she make a comment on Facebook, and people rush her wicked about the same Johan Blake situation. And she said what she said, and she now as the season unfold, boy, it look like a data come to pass, You get what I say? And she not like somebody who don't know the sport. She know the sport. She never just talk out a feeling. You get what I say? But it is what it is. T, what you think about Johan Blake?
Honestly, there's not much to say. Like you, I have the same view as it relates to never telling anybody to give up. And it's hard to tell somebody to give up on their passion that kind of way, you know what I mean? Or to stop just because they're not performing
Mm-hmm.
to a certain world class standard. Let's put it that way, right? So I'll never ever say that. I'll just go with you, I'll rock with you until you decide it's time. You know what I mean? But we also have to face reality, and the reality is that this season may not be the farewell that he's looking forward to. I wish it will eventually turn out good for him, but based on how things are looking, and like I tell people over on my channel, I rate every athlete different based on what they're up against, you know what I mean? So let's say, for instance, Jamaica's field was weak as hell. Then, I may have a different view, but we have a few guys coming through this season, and even just to make a relay team doesn't even look like it's gonna be possible this season as well. You know what I mean? So it's definitely tough on him. Just looking at what's going on from a male perspective in Jamaica, especially in the 100 meter. Forget the 200 because he won't be even competing there. It's kind of tough looking at the second fastest man in history over both the 100 meters and the 200 meters, really struggling like this.
Is it
He
is it
can't even,
my
he's not
feed
even in
not
the
working
conversation
properly,
for the
or
two.
T? Coming out here.
Nobody's hearing me? Hello? Can you guys hear me in the chat? Oh my God, don't tell me I've been talking to myself this whole time. Nobody's answering. Okay, she's clear. Yes, yes, okay. Okay, so they can hear me in the chat, coach. I don't know what's going on with you. Oh, I'm the freeze? I think coach froze. It looks so. All right, so it looks like there's something happening on his end. So when he gets that situated, guys. So yeah, as I was saying, right? For me personally, it's really tough looking at the second fastest man ever to not be able to even be in the conversation for the 200 meters at all, like nowhere remotely close to anything that could say, all right, let's see if you can rep Jamaica. Even if you can't get it in the one, let's see in the two. You know what I mean? He's nowhere close. And then in the one now, just looking at all the young and up and coming athletes, that are here to take over really, and they're hungry as well. So it's not like we can say, oh, give Yohan a Blake because XYZ. Those athletes are also hungry. They also want their turn, you know what I mean, and their turn to shine as well. So for me personally, for me personally, it's tough watching it, but as I said, I'm just gonna stand with him until the end. I definitely celebrate him, his accomplishments in the sport so far, and appreciate everything that he has done so far for Team Jamaica. And as I said, we just have to ride with him throughout to the end. You know what I mean? It's not easy, clearly, but we just have to ride with him. You know what I mean? It's sad watching, but it is what it is, and especially in these moments, for me personally, I just think the athletes need our support. Not only when they're on top do we need to be standing behind them, you know what I mean, but even when they're down, we need to stand behind them. And even more now, I think we should stand behind him. Yes, it doesn't look good, and yes, the reality is that he may not even be a part of the conversation when it comes to our team to Paris, but still stand behind him, still support him until he says farewell, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Coach gone, guys. I don't know what happened. I'm going to try to message him and see what he's saying. I don't know if his internet tripped out. I don't know what is going on. Um, Let me see if I can give him a call and see. Um, or if he's gonna be creating a new stream, and I don't know. But it seems as though his internet is still working. I don't know if it's the YouTube issue that he spoke of earlier. So yeah. Guys, I can't take over his show, you know what I mean? Oh, he's back. Okay, he's back. Oh, good. Um, so it's still loading though. I think he's probably having an internet issue. Um, this is now the TXT track time live. Blake might get one more shot out of those legs. I don't know, James. It's gonna be hard. Um, it's going to be hard. Look, just think about, who is running and who you think could possibly make the team, right? So we have Oblique Civil clearly. We're also looking out for the likes of an Akeem Blake. Julian Fort looks like he's trying to make a bid this season, even though I'm not really sure what's happening 100%, right? But he looks like he's trying to make a bid. Then you also have Kishane. Clearly, I'm looking out for him as well. Rohan Watson made the team last year, so I'm still keeping an eye out for him, even though his times haven't really looked impressive. Many people, haven't really looked impressive, to be fair. So still looking out for him. Still looking out for the Ryan Fords as well. What will the youngsters have to say? The Sandra Davisons, the Boaji and Krumis, you know what I mean? So I'm looking out for quite a few people this season, to have a potential breakthrough. So yeah, what kind of say does Johan have in that? I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I know his class and his caliber, but the reality is that it looks like he may not be able to get back there. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. It's looking like he'll not be able to get back. He didn't take Glenn Mills' advice. Both said so. Do you mean in terms of overworking his body? Too much lifting. He looks big. It's kind of strange because I heard him recently say that he's trying to make sure that he does things correctly and not, do too much, but it still looks like he's doing the same thing. So I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. What's happening there from a training perspective because it looks like he's lifting hella weights in my opinion.
Yeah,
Um
it the workout that I'm seeing him doing. Trust me.
okay, coach is back now. Okay, good. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. It no look pretty at all. The workout. Hold on, look at me echo though.
A little.
Check. Yeah, it's like the workout that when we see him not on the track but off the track in the weights room. It no look nice to me. it no look sprinterish.
It looked like you know what? It kind of remind me of seeing one time. You know those people that train. What you call them? Trainers. Those type of people. It
Mm.
kind of reminded me of those people that are in the gym, like lifting, and getting all those muscles and just looking good. You know what I mean? It kind of reminded me of that one time when I was watching him. But since I'm no coach, clearly I wouldn't know the ins and outs. But I just think that's what it looked like one time.
I mean, for the early part of the season, you normally do hypertrophy with the muscle, meaning you lift the weight so that the muscles can get bigger, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as you go on, you try to lessen the weights, do more reps, so it can shed, and then when you want to go for explosiveness, you get more weights and do a little bit of rep. So like you do all on one set with while you increase the weight on each side, you have the one rep or a
Mm-hmm.
two on each activity that you're doing. But it looked to me that you wanna do whole heap in a one go.
Oh.
It and I could be wrong because based on the snippets that I'm seeing, that probably is not a true reflection of what he's doing. It could be a case of them tying everything for the different workouts for them to just put up a video. You understand? But I don't like some of the workout them I do. Seeing and somebody tell me that especially the gym that he's going,
Mm-hmm.
they don't look like it conducive for persons of his ilk in terms of sprinting and all of these. But it is what it is. He's doing what he's doing. It's kind of an eyesore to see Johan Blake kind of,
Mm-hmm.
progressing the way that he's progressing or regress, if if I may use that term. It don't look good. For one of our
I think
biggest
Nolan
sprinters.
is saying that for most Jamaicans they're concerned about his legacy. I guess from a legacy perspective you may think so, but guys, sometimes when you're doing a job, you're not necessarily thinking about legacy when you're the man that's facing it, you know what I mean? For the onlookers, yes, but for the person in it, it's not as easy to just say stop. All right, let me give you an example of what I see happening now and make a comparison if it's probably similar, right? So you have all of these transgender athletes, right, that are trying to compete with women, or they are allowed to compete with girls in high school overseas, right? And I see a lot of people say a lot of time, then why don't the girls just walk away and choose not to compete, right? It's easy, they won't have anybody to compete again and against, and then sooner or later then this will cut out. But the reality is that these young girls are putting in a lot of work, you know what I mean, and trying to be the best they can in whatever event, and they turn up to these championships, where there's a state meet, whatever, and they want to run, they want to perform, they want to get a win for all their hard work. So it's really hard to look at them at that point and say, well, if there's a man in the race, just stop running or don't compete. You know what I mean? They want to compete, so they're gonna run. You know what I mean? So we have to look at it that way, and not just look at it from an onlooker's perspective and say, well, you're destroying your legacy, so just walk away, kind of thing. I think it's easier said than done, especially when this is all you know. Johan went, pro early. He was one of those out of high school pros. What else does
Yeah,
Johan know what to do?
yeah,
What else has he looked into doing? You know what I mean? Outside of track and field. Yeah, I see all of his philanthropy work right now, but I'm just saying, like, Johan only knows track and field. So I don't know. I think it's easier said than done for us to just say,
yeah.
he's destroying his legacy.
It is very difficult, like I said, for somebody who was like you said, T, somebody who has been doing it for all these years. Listen, when your one was in high school, in training hard the same way. Seeing Bolt was trying to assist him, engaging him, because even sometime after training, you gonna do other workout. That is not something that should be done or
Mm-hmm.
advised unless you're doing like core, additional core to strengthen some other areas of your body. But to just go out and do some other workout, no, it was insane, man. It was insane. But it's difficult for someone who has been in the sport for so long to just pack up. You wonder why Merlin Otti ran for Jamaica for so long and then she go run for Slovenia. Seeing, you
Mm-hmm.
wonder why Shelly is still competing. You wonder why VCB competed at the age she did as well. And look
Mm-hmm.
what it did for her in terms of the decision that she had to make in terms of putting down the spikes. It was difficult.
I mean,
So
even Justin Gatlin didn't want to leave. He was pretty much forced to
exactly.
leave. You know what I mean?
And I'm telling you, Justin Gatlin and these people, they still probably go to the track and do some little workout. They probably still go to the weights room and do some workout. But I'm telling you, it not so easy. And somebody who has been integrally involved in track and field over the years shared that experience with me. Even with Herb McKinley. Um, what he told me is that this thing comes like medicine. He was manager of two prominent high schools in Jamaica, right? He said this was like medicine to him, seeing, and he doesn't know what he's going to do if he has to stop doing it. And that is just being a manager of a team. Imagine somebody
Mm-hmm.
who is actually involved in the sport, doing it, training, putting their bodies to the edge, to the test, um, pushing their limits and all of these things, and for just go stop. So
Mm-hmm.
it not that easy. And that's why, because I have encountered these experiences. That's the reason why I have never said that I'm going to tell somebody to pack up and
Mm-hmm.
go. Because even though they might not be performing well, you can't tell. Look at Melaine Walker. Melaine
Mm-hmm.
Walker, even this might be a different case though, from what I'm hearing, but you still can't tell people that they should pack up and run, because you're not telling the government ministers then to pack up and go, and some of them past the age.
Or in no, but not even past age. There, some of them are just inept and don't know what the hell they're doing anyway. So why they're even there?
Exactly. And you not tell them that. You not tell other career personnel to do that, even though this is performance based. But you still can't tell them, because you don't know what their contracts are, what they are likely to do. Look at what's his name from St. Kitts? Her name again?
Kim Collins.
Kim Collins. He ran up until he's 40. He was 40 as well. So listen,
Mm-hmm.
when people love or have a passion for the sport, all if you think that they don't have no passion, don't tell them to put up their spikes. I think that's inappropriate and outside of your purview way if you just tell somebody to do that. No, him not to continue until him 60, Nolan. The fact is that this is his last season. So what we are cuss about?
We just
Imagine
continue with him until the wheels
yeah,
fall
we have to
off.
just exactly we have to just bear it out with him. Don't put your expectation, temper your expectation when it comes on to him. So it is, and because of what he possibly has in his mind, what he can achieve, how he believe that he can go back to where he was. That probably is one of the reasons why he's pushing. I mean, somebody in his corner might have said to him, "Why you want make no sense, you know? Better you just call it, because with the plethora of sprinters that team mentioned that are coming up, he's pretty much at the back of the class. You understand? So he's basically regressing, but you still cannot tell him when he sees it happening on a weekly basis. Then that's when he's gonna be able to make that decision, which he has already made, because of previous seasons he has not been, except for the one that he ran the 9-8, and then when him go to the I think that was what 2021 or 2020, and him go to the Olympics, and him come back and say, boy, him did have to go do surgery and all of these things because of what was happening. So you never know what people are going through. Any more issue? Let me see if I can check out the comment section to see what going on. While I understand these people may just have a genuine love for
He
him.
ran a 985 in 2022, actually. So that's
At
just 2
22,
years ago when he won. Remember when he
yeah, when he won the national
surprisingly
trials.
won? Yeah. That
But
was
him never produced, him never
9.85.
reproduced that.
No, he didn't.
Right. I
No,
think that
because you
it
said
was
2020, so I was saying it's actually closer than we think. It's actually 2022.
oh, so that was on is which championship was that?
2022, that would be Oregon.
Oregon, yeah, Eugene, yeah man. Um Simeon says Shelly like fine wine, the older she got the better she performed. Shaq has 3 degrees since basketball. People needs knowledge. Kim was still competitive. That is true, but he competed at a how competitive was he? And we have to look on our situation to Jamaica is somewhat kind of different, because we have people from east, west, north, and south that will
Yeah,
just
because
pop up.
Kim didn't have to worry about,
E-
trials and stuff like that.
exactly.
Actually, Kim used to come to Jamaica, come running a few trials. Not that him used to do, if I'm not mistaken.
Um, I know him used to come here. I think Glenn Mills used to coach him. I
Yeah,
think he
but
used
you
to
know
run
how
for
they
through it.
allow you to run in like the
Yeah,
first
man.
maybe 2 rounds and then or something and then don't let you go
Yeah,
no
man.
further.
Yes, I think he used to run for true. Um, all right. So Carrie Effa tell us Martina from Netherlands as well. Blake hasn't done anything in 8 years. But City just a remind us, Uptown Kingston that 2 years ago him run 985. People need to learn how to reinvent themselves. That is true. But how will he reinvent himself in this scenario? That is it. It's his decision to make. That is sure. Um, no. All right, but I get involved in that, Cause them tell me that's something they do. Um, Chat Diamond, what go on? No, sir. The whole of Uno harsh. Yeah, uno tone it down in the chat room, the people. Tone it down. Tone it down. ML Shark. Tone it down. Easy, easy, easy. Uno can disagree now, but don't attack the individual.
Give me a second.
Yeah, man. Johan will move out on to play cricket. He will be fine. Yep. Should he have stayed with Glenn Mills? That's a very good question, TH. But I can't. I don't know. I don't know if I have the answer for that particular question. Trust me. If Saturday doesn't wake him up, then it's sad. The odds them are kill me. Hey, Jamaican Queen, why have you tell us that YouTube implement that something there and we have to just do it. I see him like on now watch on TVJ, On see ads come in all on there a nice part time I show or the program. Come on man. Them a try upgrade the thing. um you went to UA. Who went to UA? Oh, that Akim
That's
Collins.
probably Kim Collins.
Mm. Hey, me play college sport, And me say when me got college, them said the umbre that played a Rasta man from a particular Trinidad didn't come from. And them said that man that played the sport for like um 3 years before me come. And me spend 4 years at college and the man still a player. so so sometimes people just love the thing, man. Jamaica too stuck for Blake. Yes, that is true. You want too stocky, it's already. I know in it for a few years though. I've heard people saying the same thing. I've done my observation. Uh, I know someone who was a gym instructor. He indicated that based off what he saw, and when he sees Johan in real life, he's not that big, He's not that big. You understand? But. mm, After the Puma contract expires, Johan will retire. No other shoe company will sponsor him after this period. He might retire this year, Candy Cane. So
Johan, let me see. Johan competes tomorrow again, so let's see. In my shockway, Johan come. there, there is brother that takes out YouTube commercial. Which browser that take out? We don't want it a commercial take out Toki. Oh, you mean for the people that want to watch it? Mm-mm. We don't want the commercial take out. We don't take it out of the TV. We don't want to take it out of YouTube. Eh? Come on, man. Rocky, what go on? Big up yourself in the Rocky Hill. Hey, Rocky Hill, I'm never see that tea. But a
I
good
think
youth still.
Rocky Hill is everybody's nemesis. I want to say over there, so big up to Coach Mint. Look here, Rocky Hill. Look like you are going a timeout and you just reach.
Sherickas next race. Yeah, man, me know we're not Shericka next race. I win again. Yeah, me know I win a Shericka. I don't quite remember. But
This is
sometimes
Daryl
so.
meet us soon.
Mm. Johan doesn't have to give up track. He can go and do masters and compete like doing Chambers. That's something else him can look into too. Coach, what about my
Mm.
question on Shericka? Do you think she's too big? I am not gonna say that she's too big because I mean, from what I know, you bulk up the athletes and then you take time shed them for tapering.
Yeah.
Because you want the muscles to strong, So when time you do the tapering, when the stronger you get, you tend to run faster. Yeah, and that's the difference between junior athletes and senior athletes. They lift a lot more weights. If you watch the interview with Karen, and she said that when she went overseas, she she did her track work and all of these things, but they emphasize a whole lot of gym work because there are some muscles that the workout itself or the core that you're doing is not able to do. And there are some sophisticated machine that can reach certain muscles to enhance them. So, I mean, I don't think she's too big. She looked bigger, but remember, I said she started late. So we might catch her in a period where she probably just have to reach a point where she have a shed. So no. Alright, and since we're on Shericka Jackson right now, see, we could jump over another topic there. So sometimes I wonder if 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 people really listen or them look on it. Me your T said or something already. If the people them really listen or them just look on the thumbnail and just jump to conclusion
I can
and just
tell you
start
right now,
put
they
comment in the
don't listen.
comment
They
section.
don't watch. They just look at the thumbnail and go off.
But that don't make no sense because in the midst of the video, me say I am not convinced. Yes. Why am I not convinced? I me even tell them say me must have MVP Cam Sheena, so we not worry. Me say all of them sitting there and the people them ignore every single thing about that. And just pay attention to why you're not convinced. So my conclusion is that then just look for the thumbnail and just jump in the comment section and don't take the chance to listen to the video for hear what me I say.
But that's funny because whilst you had, that perspective on your channel, I had a different perspective in terms of my thumbnail. So your
Mm-hmm.
thumbnail said the opposite of what my thumbnail may have been saying, and I was still attacking my thumbnail, saying I was too biased and all these things when it came to Shericka. And I was like, no, because if you listen to what I said about any other athletes and taking into consideration who they're up against, what their challenges are when they go to their individual
Mm-hmm.
national championships, right? So I could say, something different from what I would say for maybe a Shakiri or a Christian Coleman, Fred Curley. Just like I spoke about Fred Curley and Christian Coleman being in trouble. Clearly, when you look at what's going on in America and how many people are running really well over the 100 meters, you can clearly say, yeah, they may be in trouble, but you may not think the same thing for somebody else that's running similar times in Jamaica that may not have to face off against that type of competition, right? So I don't think the people watch or listen. I remember when Shakira just did her first race. I said Shakira looks heavy. She looks heavy, and as far as I'm concerned as well, it's kind of intriguing to me that Shakira is actually starting her season running these tools. And I wouldn't be surprised if Shakira just turns up at the USA Championships and does something mind blowing in that 200 meters, because she wasn't that far off last year. And how many 200 meters did she run? How much did she focus on the 200 meters? And I said, if she's focusing on it this year, then we may see something special from her out of the two this season, right? So even with the slow times and me, doing my thumbnails about being beaten by a nobody and all these things, I still said what I said about her. I still gave her constructive criticism, right? But I still think people don't listen at the end of the day, and then they just jump on and say, "Oh, T is just being biased because it's a Jamaican, and I'm so hard on Americans," and I'm like, bro, like, what are you talking about?
And this the same thing was about Shakir for real. One of the next thing, I didn't mention anything about time separate from telling the people that this is the time that she ran. And people have said, then you want she peak now, you want she run super time at 21.4, you want she run. My issue with the performance is that it never convinced me. Why it didn't convince me? Because Shericka's execution, and I've been saying it on several occasions in different videos that I do, that when persons are opening, I don't emphasize on time. I mainly look on execution. First of all, when I was doing the watch along and the race start, I said, but what is that athlete doing? When I realized it was Shericka, she get out slow.
Yeah, but this is my thing, and that is why I went back to 2000 and I went back to 2017. Or let me draw a direct comparison. Now I know no two athletes are the same, right? But
Mm-hmm.
hear me out, right? So you would say 2015 was Elaine's breakout year, right?
Yeah.
And then 2016 she really stamped her class, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
confidence is there in terms of what I'm capable of, but the coach also, pretty much has an understanding that, okay, this is also what the athlete is capable of. We can try doing different things now, correct? Because if you
Mm-hmm.
notice for the past few 2 seasons, Elaine pretty much, not Elaine, sorry, Shericka did pretty much the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of how she carried out her season, right?
Right.
So if you go back to 2017 and look how Elaine opened her season over the two, and I vividly remember watching the Sanya versus and that's the NBC coverage, and Sanya was on it saying she can't believe Elaine came out of the block so slow. I mean, she's the 100-meter Olympic champion. She has run this fast. How do you come out of the curve so slow? You know what I mean? And yes, she eventually did go on to win the race, right? But she was just concerned, and I remember Otter saying at the time, no, she doesn't have to do any of that because she has the confidence knowing that even if she starts slow, right, she will still be able to execute and win the race. And even though, again, because I don't think Elaine and Shericka have the same type of foot speed, where you would say probably a natural turnover versus Shericka that doesn't have that natural turnover, in my opinion, right? I still saw bits of the same thing, right? Where she pretty much slept in the blocks and pretty much just came out, however, and, just executed to the end and walked away with the win, no fuss. And that's the same vibe I got, right? So, in my
But
opinion,
T, hold
so
on the
again,
T. If
mhm.
that is the case, and we have seen it before, and it comes
Mhm.
back in 2024 and happen, then why are we saying that it looked like the program changed when that was an identical way that Elaine actually did it? Is what I'm
Not to
saying?
say the program has changed, but okay. So first we get everything rolling the first season, right? And then we
Mm-hmm.
use the second season to solidify that, to make sure that yes,
Right.
we're on par with what we need to do to get you where you're going, right? Okay, good. Now that that's set. Let's see what's will happen the next year, and I think that's pretty much what happened, because even when Elaine came out in 2017 and run at 100 meters, which is why I thought she would have gone sub 10.7 from then, because of how she their season. Eventually, towards the end, she got injured, and that's all she wrote. But I'm just saying, like, they were clearly doing something different in 2017, and I'm saying
Right.
the same thing is happening in
Similarly, they are doing something different.
2024. Right, but hear me out. The problem is that because Shericka season started much later. No,
Mm-hmm.
if you go back to the beginning of the season, Stephen very much planned to open Shericka's season the same way he typically opened it every year. But what he noticed, or in my opinion, is that nobody is competing. Nobody planned on competing, so he had to keep pushing it back. So
Mm-hmm.
now that Shericka is coming out now, you're pretty much seeing a pretty loaded Shericka, not looking the way you're expecting her to look. But I definitely think they're on target to do whatever they need to do, and maybe even better that. You know what I mean? And I feel so convinced about it that they're not even worried about the trials. The trials doesn't even seem to be the focus.
No,
Because
no,
when
no.
Shericka was asked about, her going to the trials, and she said, "We will peak the right time." She never said, "We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
peak the trials." She will peak the right time. So
Right.
clearly, they're just like, "All right, we know who we're running against, let's dot these I's and cross these T's. We're clear there and focus on making sure that we get everything right for Paris." You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
But one thing I can add to that is Stephen Francis over the years have not peaked his athlete. He has not changed his program to and that's what the conversation we and Sean did have the other day where he must say, boy, once you change something then taper and taking place. Well, in my opinion, Fran not change nothing for trials. Him just carry him. And as you go closer to trials, of course, the workload would have decreased because the cycle might change. But that is still not that is a part of peaking. The entire program is a part of peaking. But as it gets closer, then of course the workload I go decrease, and you try to get quality time. So you give longer rest, and you ask them to give it at intensity should be higher. You understand? So for me, him not change nothing for Charles. And that's what I said in the video that I did, that even though I'm not convinced because of the performance, and hear me, I never liked the performance. And I even indicated what are some of the things that caused the performance. The travel to Morocco, um, which is jet lag. We talk
That
about
was also a
how
thing she was complaining about.
right, how heavy she was, um, and the late start, and it's an indication that it's her first race. So I did mention all of those things, but it just seems to just fly over the people them head, and them not understand what me I say. And I went on to say that Stephen Francis, or even if you not say Stephen Francis as the coach, the Francis brothers, and she's in MVP camp, so I am not worried because of that fact, because she's in the MVP camp. So I'm not worried, and I don't know why people. So if our athletes open and we don't like, based off our opinion and analysis, we're not supposed to say it. Listen, me not gonna be biased, cause we went through Shakira's opener and her second race, and we talk about it too. If Shericka open and me not like the performance, the 100 performance look better to me. I want to the phone here. The 100 performance to me look better than this 200-meter performance. And I'm calling it as is. And of
You know,
course,
it's so funny you
it
say
it,
that.
it
It
go ahead.
It's so funny you say that because I remember when I watched that 100, and a lot of people were impressed by the run, but for me personally, it was just me. It was just a 11:03. It didn't look, and there was nothing special to me personally when I watched that 11:03. You know what I mean? That she ran. It's just that I
Mm-hmm.
have confidence, like you said, that okay, given the weeks that we have left, then she'll be able to get down to a particular time. But I wasn't impressed by that 11:03. You know what I mean? If I'm supposed to talk about the two times are similar in my opinion. The 11:03 is the same thing as the 22:8.
For me, the execution, how she executed the race, she never falter. She go through her phases at the 100 meters, and like me say, me no emphasize time for the first run. So even if she did lose to me, that wouldn't have been the understanding or the analysis from me. I'm looking how she get out of the blocks, how she go through her phases, how she finished the race. Seeing? Even if Shericka open a race in the 200, people are saying, me say, we now see that top end speed there. Of course, you could still see Shericka separating from the pack, but it's still not going to look as brisk as if she was in closer to Paris. You understand?
Let me
So
ask you
that
a
these
question.
are some of the things where me never seen at the 200 meters.
But let me ask you a question, and I said, because again, to me, it's something I've seen already, and I mirrored it with what happened in 2017. So in my race, when I was talking, in my video, sorry, when I was talking about it, I said, you know what, it's kind of impressive, and and I'm gonna ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if an athlete, so when you're racing, you go off momentum, correct? So your start pretty much determines, how you will end or how strong your race will be, pretty much, right?
Yeah, for some people, depending on how strong you are.
So I'm saying that if you can have such a horrible start and still be able to run back and win a race as strongly as you did, that for me is very impressive. So yes, you may be looking at the start and saying, okay, the start wasn't executed, but the point is, if I can sleep in the blocks and still run 22.8, you know what I mean, and looks this horrible, as according to everybody else running it, so I don't know, that to me is a positive. I don't know how everybody else looks at it, but for me personally, looking at it, because there's not many people that will be able to fail executing the first phase of their race and still be able to come back. If the
Mm-hmm.
race is done at the beginning, it's done at the end. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but we have seen Shericka run 22.8 before, and it looked
Mm-hmm.
much better than that.
But how was she executing it? That's what I'm asking you.
Better than how she did get out of the blocks and cruise.
That's the same thing. So I'm saying, if you can run a 22.8 by not executing, that's the point I'm trying to make. That's why I'm saying it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
actually impressive to me. Because
Yeah,
if you
but
can run a
it's
22.8 by not executing, what would you have run if you had executed? That's
that
the
is
question I'm
true. That
saying.
is true.
That's what I'm asking.
That is true. But it still look, and I'm not gonna use the term that jump out of my head right now. It never looked pleasing to the eyes for me. It never
Sherickas
look.
always run and look heavy run. I don't know. Maybe
No, but
everybody's
remember,
looking
I know
at it with different
remember, I know
eyes.
I still explained the reasons that would have caused her to look that way. So not because she looked that way and I'm not impressed or I'm not convinced, doesn't mean that I don't. That's why I'm still in the video say me no worried because at the front of camp she So even though me see these things and me highlight them,
Mm-hmm.
I still said. So it's like it's a sandwich method. I still say after me talk about that in the middle of the sandwich, at the back end me say, well, alright, that yeah, cover the sandwich now with the last piece of bread. And say, I am not worried because she in a Stephen Francis camp and there's much more that they're going to do to get her to her best. And that is nothing new where Stephen Francis is concerned. But me still
Mm,
never
I'm
pleased
not
with
saying
how
the
she
race
run.
is convincing. I think you guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying the race was anything special. It was special by any means. That's not what I'm saying. um I'm just taking a few, other things into perspective as well, looking at, certain trends as far as I'm concerned, things that I've seen before as well, and kind of, cross relating them in a certain sense, to have the opinion I have, you know what I mean. But it also comes down to the end of the day, what do I think this 22.8 will be at the end of the day, and how will it affect her when she heads to the national championships. Do I
Mm-hmm.
think she's going to head to the national championships and run a 21, 5 like she did previously? No, I don't think so.
No, I
And
don't
I
think so
even said
either.
that in my video. And I said, but she doesn't have to. You know what I mean? Because think about who she's running against. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also getting the vibe that, the focus is actually getting her, as I said, peaked for France. So in that case, then I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna make a
Mm-hmm.
big deal out of it, because we've been used to seeing her run, you know, sub 22 is easy peasy. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at everything in one big bubble and smushing it together, and I'm like, okay, bam, bam, bam. These are my thoughts. You know what I mean? If I thought it would affect her at the end of the day, then I would have a different view. Just like I'm looking at Johan Blake and I'm saying, okay, that 10-4, it looks like it's gonna affect him when he gets to trials. You understand what I'm trying to say? But when I look at it from a Shericka perspective, I don't think it's going to affect her. I don't think she's going to run as fast as 21.5 at the trials. You know what I mean, or anything faster. But I still think in terms of what their potential targets are, she has enough time to get there. You know what I mean? As long as that background work was put in, you know what I mean? Then she has enough time to get there. A whole 10 weeks, 10, 11 weeks, she has enough time.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
what I said. She didn't look good in the 100. People were going on and on about how she looked in the 100. To me, she didn't look. She looked the same as she looked in this 100. In the 100, the same way she looked in the two. To me, the same races. The two races were the same thing.
Well, I saw something different. Me
Because
think
I watched how Tina got out on her. Tina got out on her in that race, and she had to run back to take over the lead from Tina. But as I said, I'm not particularly concerned because of the time that they have and who they're racing against.
yeah, definitely. And Nolan conflicting, yeah, nothing wrong with the argument being conflicting. You see some things, you point it out, like what Chat Diamond is saying. Seeing? You call it what it is, but even though you call it what it is, you're still not worried because of who she's with. Who is her conditioner? You understand? So nothing is wrong with the argument being conflicting. And if the persons follow the sequence of conversation, then it wouldn't be convincing. It I mean conflicting. It is easy. Shericka never look good to me. I am not convinced. Why I'm not convinced? Because she travel far, she look heavy, she never execute properly. But I am not confused. I am not concerned because of who her trainer is. That is so easy to understand. Um T, you normally hit the nail on the head sometime, but today you're off bad. Oh, at the
Um,
Kishane video?
no, I guess it's a Shericka.
Oh.
Is it today in general or is it the Shericka thing? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's why I'm ask her. That's why I'm
No,
ask
like
her.
for me personally, it's a straight shot, right? It was 22.8. Yes, it wasn't the fastest time ever. I never acted like it was one of the fastest times ever or one of the most impressive runs ever. But at the end of the day, what's the goal? What's important for me? You know what I mean? And again, that's looking at the bigger picture, right? Sometimes yeah, sometimes I'm a fan of the sport where I want to see the fast times, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's a bummer because I didn't get that fast time, sure. But then when I put on my analysis hat, then I'm saying something different. So if I'm watching the race, from a fan's perspective, and I see a 22.8, I'm gonna be like, meh. And I see her come onto the blocks the way she did, I'm gonna be like, meh.
Mm.
Yeah, the performance, wasn't given. You know what I mean? But then when I put on my analysis hat, then obviously I'm gonna be thinking something else because again, one, I'm looking at how the season is also trending for everybody as
Mm-hmm.
well. You know what I mean? If this was a season where she was out, let's say for instance she was out running before this, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? A month ago, 2 months ago running, and she did 22.8 now, then I'll be having a different conversation.
Me too.
Different
And
conversation I'll be
and
having.
probably I still wouldn't have, again, probably it's just the execution I would be in a little bit concerned with, not the time. But here why me not understand the people them. Bolt got one championship scene. Bolt sleep in our blocks. And the people in cuss and I say, what can I run that? Bolt make me heart nervous. My heart a jump out of
Mm-hmm.
my chest. But yo, me not worry, man, because I Bolt him I come back in the final and blast it. So now you see him explanation this with Shericka. Why it's
No,
so
I
hard
think
to
it's a little bit
understand?
different. I think it's a little bit different for both, to be fair, because we all
No
know
man,
how
I'm
the board
talking a principle me I talk about, not really comparing the athletes. I'm talking about
No,
the
I agree
principle
with
of
you
what
on the
happened.
principle. I
Yeah.
agree with you on the principle, which is why I'm saying because it's something I've seen before, I'm not worried because I'm telling you, when I saw that race with Elaine in 2017, I thought to myself, huh? That was my first thought. Like, what kind of run is this from, an Elaine Thompson here? You know what I'm saying? So again, because it's something I've seen before, I'm not really, particularly worried about it or anything like that. And I think again, also understanding how long it takes a coach to also get an athlete, ready to sprint really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just, and again, I keep using Ilian as a reference because she's a perfect example because she was coached by, Stephen Francis before, right? But even when you look at Ilian last year, when they say never get no background training much, right? Ilian, I'm gonna take how much week exactly if start sprint around 10-7. How much week was that, coach?
Probably about 2 or 3 weeks. But as me
All
say,
right
you
then.
see when athletes good, they easy to prepare.
All right.
Easy.
So, which is why I'm not worried because as long as the athlete is healthy, got the background training in, me not worried.
Yeah, man, you're not for worry, man. And even if they're not perform at them optimal best, you know that they're still gonna be in contention to be on the podium. So definitely, yeah. As you talk about the 200, we're still on the 200. I see a comment that Mike see him kind of can't look pan Jamaica too long, If he side with the Jamaicans them, him have to follow
Mm-hmm.
some line and go back over upon the USA
America.
side.
He
Yeah.
cross
So
references
him
everything with an America.
exactly. Him not so convincing. See? But a lot of people me hear talk about the Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone
Yeah,
run.
it was
And I
amazing. It
say,
was amazing.
boy, she had the toughest thing right now and rate. Listen, if Sydney thinks she bad, stay in at 200 meter.
No,
I'm gonna use
she would need the same amount of a year's preparation to be fair, like the top
no,
athletes. So
but me
we
just
have
a
to give
put it
her
out
that.
there to you. Make sure if she thinks she bad, even though she a talented athlete still
No,
Watch
she
her
bad,
running
man.
in
She
real
bad.
life already still
She
and
bad.
she bad. Seen? But
May I give her that? She bad, man. She
if
walk. She make Gabby them look like baby around there.
of
Did you see
course
that curve? Did you
she
see
she,
that
she
curve?
Francis come out of her block, she'll lead the race. And she seal off. When I time me say, yo, them a catch her, man. Them a catch her. And when me see the young girl start pull away, me I say, wait, I sitting in this. But me should even be surprised still, I am kind of surprised for the time. But me know Sydney is very talented. Me
No, let
know
me
say
tell you
when it come
something.
on
If
to
she was supposed to train for the two like how she trains for the 400-meter
she
hurdles,
a
she could
bad man.
get there.
She a
She could
bad.
get there. The girl are bad. She bad.
Yeah,
Me
man.
not lie you.
So Mike, see, we give the props for that. But don't use a one half and say whatever. And it's probably not a bad gauge for real still, because everybody probably some people probably in a different phase of them workout. She a work on speed and she go blast that
Mhm.
and she run whatever.
No, but we know why
Sure,
she's doing it because she's working on that speed for the four hurdles. We know why
right.
she's doing it.
So it
I
would be
remember,
a
she's
different
only been running shorter distances so far since she came out. She ran the hurdles, she ran the
right.
two. She hasn't gone up to four all now.
So my thing is that to compare Sydney run and Shericka run
It's two different
is
things.
is is kind of
It's not fair.
it's kind of mind-boggling to see it being discussed, and people taking that, like a Mike here say, yo, Sydney better than Jackson and all of these things. You can't reach this, on Mike see different folks. Why you think she run back over in the four hurdle?
You know what? So what I think is funny. These Americans are hypocritical. So a week ago, when did Shericka run 11:03?
Probably 2 3 weeks ago.
I can't 2 3. I have it two because she won back-to-back weeks, right? So it must be
Mm,
two. Anyway,
okay.
long story short is, so Ray, I don't know if you know, Ray Steak has this thing on Twitter where he does a weekly rankings, something. I don't remember what.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And then he came out and said that Shericka is gonna win the 100 meters. She not ask no questions,
Oh yeah.
At Paris. Whether not Paris. Whether not
And
this listen. Me now, I'm looking at the run. Me, I'm just wondering, say, how what everybody else I see when me not seeing that 11:03 there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Personally, because for me, as I said, Tina was leading and she had to work to pass back Tina. Right? So in my opinion, me I say, yo, what everybody seen at that 11:03 when me not see. You know what I mean? But anyway, I don't mind because once a Jamaican is winning, then I'm with you. I'm rocking with you. You know what I mean? But I'm hearing him out. So fast forward to this week now, where she runs the 22-8, where if I should compare the two runs, right, at the same thing me seeing at the two run them. You know what I mean? But anyway, right? He comes out and he's saying like, if we shouldn't be worried about Shericka, she looked bad and all sorts of things. And I'm like, isn't this the girl that you said a week ago was taking everything? Based on that 100-meter run. All of a sudden, it was a 180, and he's like, "Listen, she looks bad. We shouldn't be worried." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, this is why I was like, listen. At the end of the day, as much as they all want to knock me, I'm looking at what I'm seeing in perspective and literally telling you honestly what I see and what I think. You know what I mean? I'm not just randomly conjuring up stuff and telling you all. You know what I mean? So it was kind of interesting hearing that take, and I think a lot of people, I think, jumped the gun on that 11:03, right? And probably that is why they're feeling the way they're feeling, like nonplussed with the 22-82 versus me that can look at it and say, okay, it wasn't a fast run. You know what I mean? But when I'm thinking
No,
about what
but T, you know
targets
why a
are, then I'm
problem?
fine.
You know why a problem, T? There was
Mm-hmm.
nobody from the blue, red and white USA. Nobody had talk about. You have to understand how Ray go set up him thing, you know. No, remember saying the US people never in the conversation. So right now, as one coming at the conversation, he might go switch and talk about the US, which is Sydney, and he make a meal out of it. And it is good for entertainment, me think. Seeing it is good for entertainment. Me not go around it. It especially some people are follow it up and just a talk. It nice for the conversation. But
Okay.
in reality, we know say she not gonna run at 200. But like we both agreed, and I suspect that a lot of persons will agree that if she really take on that 2 bills, she can be Madam Bilias. Seeing
Mm-hmm.
that hey, me see Sydney run about 2 times at pen relays. One when she was 16, and the other one I
Mm-hmm.
think she was 17 or 18. I mean I tell her say, me just have my hand on my head in astonishment to see when how far she get the baton and run back. She does a glide pon the track. A glide pon the track. A close the gap. A close. Yo, Sydney engine. I build the engine them, man. Nobody can tell me nothing. Them build the engine there and put in
Um,
a
Bisa,
yo.
what's his name? Bisa
This
Afuaya. It wasn't. I don't think it was Oslo. I think it was Doha. No, where did Elaine lose a 200-meter that year?
no man, she no lose no
Was it-
2016 200 man. A 15 in must attack.
No, me I try
Ne
to remember 2016
2016
was
I when
my
she
two.
win the first double in a man.
No, before that, Diamond League.
Diamond League. Oh, Diamond League him attack.
Yeah. Me I try to remember that the last day. I can't remember, to be fair.
No, Diamond League. She lose to you
That
know,
me must say.
it look
That
like me
but
I
me
see
can't
the
remember.
race for true though. But me can't remember she lose.
Me can't remember the race. Elaine barely run 200, I can't even remember Elaine running the 200 meters on the circuit in 2016.
Alright, me memory now.
Let me YouTube
Me,
it quick and fast.
yeah. Christine, not Christine. Berry 87. It is lopsided for people to compare Sid to Jacko. Sid run a blaze in 2204. She's super talented and would be a problem. However, Jacko is a different league right now. Plus, they are working on something different in their training program. So hence the reason you would have Sydney come blast 200 meters. Them probably want to get them probably that I think at 21 she did say them a look for, you know. So them go out there with a target in mind. So two different things. Sydney is a generational talent. That is true.
Maybe you listen and watch the race.
They asked her in the post interview and said no double. Just no. There are people that say she gonna do 4-2 double. No, you think you can't just get up and switch. Remember, say a 400 she did one do, and it look like the 400 a drip or I don't know what go on, but then switch back to the 4 hurdles. So a big showdown I go on between she and Femke Ball. And me I look for one sub. What me did say? Sub 50? Yeah man, me I look for one sub 50. A sub 50? It possibly no. A 49 something they running or a 48. Hold on. What Femke run indoor 400? Anyway, so fast time I run. Me I say sub 50. That me I defend.
49, she run indoors. 49 2, I think, or was it 1-9 or
Yeah,
something like that? I think it was
49
1
too.
or something like that.
Yeah man. So me I look for a sub 50 in a early because that race I got shot. One of my most anticipated race for the championship coming up. Yes, coach. I was at the pen race when she was 16. She stood out. Yeah, man. A long time I watched Sydney running, man, and me I tell her say the excitement. I think she still have some split records in the stadium right now at Franklin Field. Mm. Freak out nature. Tyreek Taylor, Elaine no longer has a career if ended when facts and reality. You really come back yourself with that facts and reality. I know so you judge track and
I
field
watched the
facts and
race.
reality. She
And just
beat
watch the
Elaine?
race. The Oslo one. Yeah, she beat Elaine, but and that is why I keep saying what is happening with Shericka. If y'all watch what happened in Elaine's career, it's literally the spitting image. I swear to y'all, it's literally the spitting image. So she won a 22-6 right there, looking heavy as hell, can barely lift her legs going around the track. You know what I mean? So I mean, if what Elaine went through in previous years is anything to go by or to give anybody any confidence to know what Stephen Francis is capable of, for me personally, just looking back at everything, and again, Shericka's running style, though they again are different athletes, or she runs similar to how Elaine runs. You know what I mean? Especially over that 100 meters, you've seen it. Especially that drive phase, it's literally a spitting image of how Elaine used to drive. I don't know if she still does it the same way. I'm gonna have to watch what it looks like on the Ronaldo Walcott. But I remember back in 2021, that's how Shericka runs now. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
That's literally how she runs now. So if you can cross reference anything to have some kind of confidence, even if you see the slow times, is to know that this man is gonna get his athletes ready, for the big show. And even if you don't see the first time at trials, just think about the weeks that are left to Paris and know that yeah, she go good, she go come out good.
And as anything, well, Frana always I gonna learn from where go on. But do you think that what would you think he has learned from last season? I think he went undefeated in the 200, seeing, but the 100 meters. What do you think him learned from that? Cause Shakir beat him by what 3 times,
Honestly, I think the problem that
Um,
lies
and
in
while on the T, people did just say because Frana focus on the championship, and it come the championship, him still lose.
Mhm.
Even though she was in the ascendancy. What you think him are going to do different where that is concerned?
No, I think they're two separate issues. I think her losing one, while I do attribute that to clearly Shakiri executing the best race she has executed her entire career, right? I think two, it also, Shericka blundered, right? Shericka blundered in that race, focusing on Shelly because she thought, and it has come to pass. And every time I say these things, people never listen. But back then, I said she was focusing on Shelly. She thought that because she trounced Talu and Shakiri in the semifinal that she had them beat. She was not concerned about them in the least. Homegirl was over there running and running against Shelly. Meanwhile, Shakiri was out there the outside executing the best race of her life. You know what I mean? So I think that's a separate issue. My thing though is when it comes to Shericka is the foot speed. I think that's where she probably loses out, and that's where we saw Stephen Francis focusing on the foot speed a lot last year to get her turnover rate, going as much as an Elaine. Well, it clearly not as an Elaine or a Shelly, but trying to get it there. You know what I mean? Which is why she was able to go 10-6. You know what I mean? I think that will still be the era that needs to be fixed. To be fair, is it gonna be fixed this year? I do not know. But if she wants to defeat a potential Elaine that's at her best, a potential Shelly that will be back at her best, a Shakira that could get even better because she's very young. You know what I mean? Then that's an era that has to be fixed or be
Mm-hmm.
better. Let's put it that way. Better than it
Yeah.
is right now. Will it be fixed? I don't know. It's still left to be seen.
And watching Shakira at the NCAs over the years, too, you can see where she has always had a very good top end speed. She blasts the
Mm-hmm.
last half of her race. Which is she decelerate slower than the other athletes. So it looked like she had got more than whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something that we should not take for granted. And I know that coaches don't prepare athletes of one person. They prepare them how they know best to prepare them. They might have the individuals in mind, but they probably don't focus on the person while they are making their preparation. Some do it, but me don't know if Frano do it. You understand? So that is that. There was a question I want to ask. It jumped out of my head. No, me can't remember it. Me now push it. Probably it'll come back. Yeah, I think I remember it now. Do you think? Have you seen any decline in the athletes' performances over the past few seasons? Remember, we have been having a plethora of championships back to back to back. Have you seen any decline where these athletes are concerned? Because for the most part, I have not seen any decline. Shericka run faster than she has ever run in the 200 meter. Shakira run the fastest she has ever run, even though she did get a 1 year or two. But I mean, generally, me not see no decline in the performance. Athletes might be tired,
Um,
yes, but me not see no decline.
I think this is a strange year. I wouldn't say the performances have declined. I just think people are, getting out a bit slower this year than any other year. But I don't think the performances have declined. I've noticed one event that has declined, and I would think that is the men's and women's high jump. But I don't think it has anything to do with the back-to-back championships. I just think over the years, Barshim has picked up a few injuries here and there, and he hasn't gotten back to his best. And the men's high jump and the women's high jump just isn't at that type of 240 odd, you know what I mean, or 205, 206 for the women meters. They're not doing those type of jumps, frequently. Well, I can't tell time I've seen a 240 from a male, you know what I mean? But I think those are the only two events that I would say are in a decline. But and probably they're just rebuilding. Let's put it that way, rebuilding phase, because a lot of the athletes are old, you'd say. And then when you look from a female perspective, a lot of the females are young now, and then they banned quite a few of the world class athletes as well from Russia. So there's
Mm-hmm.
that. But anyway, no, I don't think there's a decline. I actually think that the events are getting better and better every week. I see a new record in a some kind of throw. You know what I mean? The athletes are getting faster and faster as well. So no, I don't think there's a decline at all.
But could we attribute a decline to the men's 100 meters though? Because from yeah,
It's in a
or it,
rebuilding
it
phase. I don't think it. I think it's in a rebuilding phase as well.
yeah, but that could be said that it's a decline as well because you have to break down in
No,
order to build
sorry,
up.
I wasn't considering it like that. I thought you meant due to the championships, the back-to-back championships. If there's a decline because of that, so I was like,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think
I
so.
get you. I get you.
No, but yes, it's in a decline as well.
Yeah, but yeah, on the other hand, I think it's in a decline because even before the back-to-back championship, it since what 2020 Olympics, we have not seen a real separator in terms of somebody taking up the challenge of being the top person in the event. As much as Noah Lyles making up a lot of noise for the hype, I think one him win so far. You understand? So he has been dominating the 200 though, but the 100 meters, it always kind of wide open. Like, oops, I can't say that on the live now. Anyways, it has just been clear. You understand? Not clear per se, where somebody is really dominating. Like when Bolt was there, Bolt just you can just go in your kitchen for some water and know so by the time you come for the race and it finish, you know say oh Bolt win. You understand?
But to be fair, before Bolt was one person dominating the sprints, the 100 meters.
Mm, I think the US well not one person but the
Yeah,
what
but that's different. So I
okay.
don't think we can use Bolt's era as a reference because that's really the only era where one man was probably dominating. Maybe if you go way back, maybe there was something like that. But this is probably the only era that one man was ever dominating the sprints. But we've always seen fast times. Let's put it that way. Or the times have progressed through the years. This is the only year, or this is the only era that we're in where the times have regressed. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the dawn of sprinting, like you could clearly see the times progressing throughout the years, right? So we got
Mm-hmm.
to the point where people are running, 9.5s. This era should be 9.4s, maybe 9.3s, but clearly it has fallen off and
Mm,
just to rebuild, you know what I mean? So yeah.
yeah, Bolt is just one human being where you're not gonna see him again. Well, you're not see him again. You might have a next name person come up. Yeah, but I mean, records are always there to be broken, But will we see it now? Mm-mm. Nah. Somebody. 2007 Gay Gatlin '05 never been dominant. Mm. Okay, I not really understand that still, but Jupiter Saturn, me know you'd have say some American man. I know you'd have come up with that. Anyways, Steve, make
Saying
we kick
one
off.
athlete hasn't dominated. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm?
No, I was saying one athlete hasn't dominated. To the comment that you're making reference to, I was
Oh,
saying
okay,
one
okay.
athlete dominated. Yeah. I don't think we've ever seen that. That's what I'm saying. So I
No.
think Bolt's era is the only era that happened in.
All right. So before we get into the Kishane situation, hey, Fred Curley, I think wants to be like Usain Bolt. I think he has pulled some of the team members that Usain Bolt was using because he want to see if it can work with him. I think Eddie I am Masur now. I think there was another person who was his agent who was on Bolt's team and him even not talk up world record. So I don't know if he might try if he be like Bolt so much after you utilizing the person that Bolt used over the years till him probably believes say yo him can break the record. You understand? And it's so sad people say karma still him talk too much. I don't believe that still. But him kinda have a situation where he has to withdraw from a Diamond League because of picking up an injury. I am never going to be one that is excited because any athlete injury. I've always said I want to see everybody and them granny come on the race fit and strong. So me never likes when athletes get hurt and so forth because it kinda put down the competition a little bit. Like people always gonna find excuse. You understand? So what your take on that, T? T? Tina there. Alright, Bolt is difficult
Oh,
shoe
sorry,
to
say that
what?
again.
What do you think about the Fred Curley situation?
Um, I just think it's, really hysterical thinking that, he made a tweet a few days prior talking about breaking world record. And then he comes out a few days later talking about being injured. So this is the man that everybody said is going to be breaking the world record his next run, right? And when I said he was living in La La Land, or sorry, he was the Lulu, everybody wanted to clone me, eh? I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, whatever he's doing. I guess he's trying to rile up maybe the Americans, who the heck even knows? But I don't know if it's conducive to the athlete's mental in the first place, because you keep talking up these things that you know very well you can hit in this moment, at least, right? Like, what does that do for your psyche when you cross the line? The time says 10 seconds and everybody's looking at you like, bro, didn't you say you're going to break the world record? So we're not focusing on you actually winning the race, but we're focusing on the fact that, oh, you said you would run an X time, you didn't. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that can ever be a good thing. I think he's mad, but anyway.
Boy, I think him a go through some. Hey, no one lies talk about his mental health situation, you know. Man say me da go through depression, and him probably go get therapy and it sort out. Me think Fred Curley need to get a look check-up. He talk about football, he would go do football. He talk about he want to go back to 400. He talk say he want to break world record. Me don't know what I'm to him. Fred Curley, no disrespect, but probably you need to go check out what go on in a cranium. Front lobe and the back lobe, them probably want to check out. You see me? Alright. Kishan Thompson. Kishan Thompson. Hey team, I listen to your video, you know, and I laugh because I've spoken to, I wouldn't say several people, but other people, and they share the same view as you. And even watching Jay's video, double, big up yourself, Jay.
Yet he's lunatic. But anyway, continue.
It give me a feeling, but listen to me. It look away, but if we are right, trust me, them people deserve to go Hollywood and Bollywood and just take over a place. And that me I say, because the sequence, at one point I looked at it and I say, you know, say, before anything come to my thoughts, come watch the side angle one first, and then watch the J one after. Seeing when it a show when the preparation going at the blocks, and you know you do the hamstring stretch and yeah slap up the hamstring. So me I wonder say, and I actually observe his face, his facial expression, and that's why me I say if they really pull off this, them need to go at Hollywood. His face looked concerned to me, like somebody that is concerned. I mean, you can have a hamstring issue and you still walk fine after. Not everybody are gonna have a limp on them someday, because it depending on the grade. It could be a grade 1, it could be even as low as a micro tear, and it might not be anything serious. Or him walk off and the masseur go over to him. I forgot what the youth name again. And the resentment or the shock where him give him, which was not blatant, but you could see the body language there. I kind of sense that from him.
But somebody trying to interview him, but anyway.
Huh?
I thought that was somebody trying to interview him.
No man, I'm masseur man.
So what was that in his hand? He was holding up, like, you know, that recorder thing? I thought that's what he was doing.
No man, me know the youth. I'm masseur him something there with Shericka too.
Okay.
Yeah man. Them work at MVP. So the kind of vibe we him give him, me kind of there betwixt two opinions right now, because you don't know if I really, me don't know. If me could have showed the video on Yasa, I slow it down and I look on him face, but me not have no contact for Jay where I could have asked him for him utilize him content. See? But me listen to his video and I've been hearing people saying the same thing. I may think. Then people say, Coach, you remember when Frano did it with Shelly and Fraser Price? And I start think back again and I say, and when me look upon it in a tea, the man reach about 40 meters. Seeing? And the way him get out of the blocks with such aggressive force and power. Jesus, peace.
Yo, the man reached 40 meters in a 2 seconds.
Exactly. And then the way how him pull up, it looks suspect to me. But then again, I am watching in his body language, and it still give a vibe that it is somebody that is very frustrated. You see me I say? Me think him frustrated. He must go over to him and say, what go on? What happened? And the resentment to him show him.
I saw the shrug.
It just say, yo, me can't, it's like me can't bother with this. Me can't manage this.
This is my thought.
So me don't know.
Injury or not, though, this is my thought.
Yeah.
It's not that serious. That is the short story. It's not that serious, which means that we can see him trials. Because I thought potentially maybe he'll be out for trials, right? But even with the injury, right, or the whatever it is that he felt, yeah, I don't think it takes him on for trial. So I think we still see him. You know what I mean? So we still potentially see something good. And again, it's still 5 weeks, so a lot of rehab work and whatever. And let's see. You know what I mean? So I don't know why people are so averse to the idea of a young man, you know, doing something great this season. And I just think something great is coming. It looks
Yeah,
suspect.
man.
I was thinking about Shelly. The Shelly thing pop up in my brain because that was the first thought I had. I was like, what is this I'm looking at? You know what I mean? The whole sequence of events to me just looks suspect, which is why I talked about it. You know what I mean? And I even said, you know, even if he's injured, I mean no harm by this video at the end of the day. So it's not to, you know, say, oh my God, you know, he's lying, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just to say, yo, if this is a bigger plan, then this is something phenomenal, because what we saw in that first 40 is crazy. That first 40 was the craziest first 40 I've seen in a while.
Yeah, hey, it look explosive. It look like
it not look like it was explosive.
I wanna know. Me I try to find the comparison to see one of those atomic bombs where.
Just go back to Asaf.
No, man, he look. A man look more powerful than Asafa, man. This a man a bigger Asafa, you know, man.
And look how Asafa drive out of the blocks. You know what I mean? How tall is he?
I think a 6 something, you know.
Asafa see what, 6'4"? Asafa 6'4" now.
Yeah, I think. But him never. The youth they have more body built than Asafa.
No, yeah, he's thicker.
Yeah, so, well, I don't know. It come like when one atomic bomb drop, or one of the missile they were just a follow you around, or when they launch out. I saw a man come out of the blocks, you know.
I saw that man come out of the blocks and frightened.
And that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying if something did really serious, or because it was so explosive, it might feel something and stop. Because they don't want to run no risk, you know. It might feel something, and as me I said, based on how him a walk up to your blocks and him a normally when athletes are.
He would have felt it before. He would have felt it before he got into the blocks.
Right, because that's why I'm saying now, based on how him did a stretch, it's like he was favoring the hamstring. And based on him body language after him a walk off of the track, it tells me that something might happen for real. You get what I say? But it might not be, which this is where I agree with you now. It might not be something very serious that will keep him out for too long. If that hamstring that tear, you know, 4 to 6 weeks, you know.
Problem that.
And that would be problem. You know, think it. Well, this is what I'm based from observation, and I could be wrong because it depending on the individual again. But it don't look like something serious. It could be a micro tear that probably 2 or 3 weeks. then you have to go get back to sprinting.
Yeah,
But
but I've seen
with the
I've
first,
seen athletes with this micro tears that you're talking about, but they don't walk that normal off the track. So I can't say it was any kind of tear. Not maybe he felt a slight pull and he's like, I'm gonna stop. You know what I mean?
or
But I'm
cramp.
saying like, or a cramp or something. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it can be anything, any kind of no tear, none. Cause that the water was too normal.
It look normal, yes. But you know what me reading to, and me and the coach's desk secretary did have a conversation today. And we have said the same thing based on the video. It looked like in facial expression emit something that him really frustrated. It looked like me come out of a blow down stadium east and a this go on. My vex.
I believe say would have played on stadium is.
He stands with a lift up,
Would have
man.
blown it. So I live up one.
Yeah, man. He
What's the
stands with a
quick?
lift up.
My friend now me I'm come here and say, yo, Brett, what I saw? All I know is
It
I'm excited for his future. His future is bright.
boy, may I tell you. And I have a topic we want to talk about with the same Kishan Thompson thing. And it might go get the fans them at me again and in a frenzy. Me not to tell you, hey, how much people on? 230 down on. Me not tell you yet. You have to wait till me drop a video. Coach, maybe that was it. He wanted to put a time down and that might have been the disappointed look. True. And that could coupled with the fact that he pulled up and him never get a chance to do it. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, no Jordan, me not telling you man. If me telling you now go watch the video.
You shouldn't have tell we in the first place. You shouldn't
That
give
are
that
true, that
tell.
are true, but it does fly out. It like how
Like
Kishane fly
them
out
on their
of
mind.
blocks. It fly out like how Kishane fly out of blocks.
You
it
know,
fly
man,
out so quick.
we hungry for nothing.
No, so
Come
no,
like
that's why
you
it
know
put
them
so no,
story
that's
there.
why it pull
You
up
know
to you
them
like
story there where
Kishane.
people leave you with the cliffhanger at the end and you're dead fist in the next week.
Nah man, it pull up like Kishane. It seem like when fly out, I say pull up like Kishane. Yo, Jaja, me find that one there quick and fast.
Alright.
Where's the Kishane not beating Lyles? Hey, you Shakira, you can't go on, you know.
By the time Kishan with 60, let's the way run a bush.
Yeah, man.
Try back.
And remember, I know T, remember Kishane, based on what we see him last year, you know, he wasn't a fast starter, you know. I'm latter part time race him always
No, it's
do
funny you
better.
guys say that though, because I think he was a pretty good starter last year, to be fair. I think his race is actually evenly distributed, which is why I'm even more surprised looking at the start because I'm like, if your start is this wild, right? Just imagine what the end is gonna be like, which again, I keep saying, I keep referencing Asafa. When you look at back at how Asafa used to run, the start was crazy, the end was crazy. Everything was just phenomenal about how he used to run. You know what I mean? So when I look at Kishane, he to me he runs an evenly distributed race. Really good start, really good end.
Boy, I mean, never think say him have good start for me.
No,
Or
I don't think it was on par with a Christian Coleman start last year, right? But I'm saying it was still a good start. It may not have been a Christian Coleman start, but it was better than most of the people that were in the field.
mm, okay. With that start, Kishan did. There's no way Noah catching him. Duvie and McNeil, welcome. Big up yourself. Maybe I'll put up that comment there.
No, there's no way. There's
And,
no
and
way.
with how him finish,
You're mad.
with how
Exactly.
him finish, twip. Hey,
Just want him
hey.
come with whether or not a 1 foot Kishane come with the trials. Me just want him come with the 1 foot and run and make the team. And then they can sort out everything for Paris.
Um, Candy Cane, me see that too, you know. And you know what me observe from that, Candy Cane a challenger T with the form. Him kinda
You know what?
have a little what you call it, inclination at him torso when he's into his running. What me get from that is some compensation is taking place. Something tight, whether I'm hamstring or whichever muscle, him not able to do what him need to do so him can stay upright after him get out of the acceleration. Or his hip could have been weak. So
I guess
let me tell you, track and field, the coach have them tasks on them because a whole heap of things them have to ensure, especially for now we
I
deal with technical ability.
I think it's a ridiculous notion, Candy, for you to think that Kishane will just wake up and run exactly like Asafa Powell. Obviously, it's something in the works, right? But slowly but surely, you're seeing it come together more and more. You know what I mean? And that's the point. So it's not to say he looks like Asafa right now. You know what I mean? But you can see similarities in terms of the execution from now, and you can, based on that, say then what will happen when he gets it, just like how Asafa got it. You know what I mean? That's the point. And he's already gone 9.85 already. You know what I mean? So again, when I cross reference this type of season Asafa had when he broke out versus what happened the next year, Asafa zoomed into world record the next year. You understand what I'm trying to say? And when you look at a Kishane and he opens up with a 985, what do you think is gonna happen this year? You understand what I'm trying to say? So yes, clearly he isn't a spitting image of Kishane, of Asafa, sorry. But he's getting there, and that's the point. It's definitely coming together, and I like it. I like the second coming. I'm gonna have to go back and watch those Kishane runs, but I watched them, a lot, and that's the opinion I had. But I'm gonna go back since you people are telling me no, the start was so horrible. I don't think it was a bad start. I just don't think it was the best. You know what I mean? And I think there's a difference. Give me a second. I'm gonna pee and come back.
Coach, was it because everyone else is that in that Kishane race slow? What was the winning time in that race? I not remember who win it, you know. But we are talking about how the man get out of the blocks. Him never finished the race. So all you are talking about because everybody's slow. Rocky Hill, let me tell you. You see, we Jamaicans, we look on things different from only, you know. We look on it different eyes we look on it, on track and field pan. You might have said, then why we are talking about a man when I finish a race? But we see something where we never see it with this same man. Seeing? So our reasoning are always going to be a little bit different. Just like in World Championship, Shakir won the 100 meter and Lyles won the 100 meter. Whatever it is, and judging that it wasn't that serious, they'll be fine by Charles, trust me. Yeah, man, I think them are good, man. Lyles is not winning 3 gold medals this year. Kishane is next big thing, yep. Devil's advocate here. Is it possible that his start looked so good because of the field? Not necessarily. When I was doing the analysis of it, Nolan, I wasn't comparing it with who was beside him. I looked at Kishane alone and saw the significant improvement in his start. I mean, no, say you play advocate, but me have to answer you as you being the advocate. You understand? So based on how him get out of the blocks, he looks more impressive than in previous races that he ran. So that is what I am comparing it to. I'm not comparing it to what other persons beside him was doing. And that is a fair statement, but I was looking at it like that. in terms of comparing him with the persons beside him. I'm comparing him with what he has done before.
Honestly, I didn't even see anybody around him.
Well, you see, me and Tia zoom in differently. Me shot, me put on it's something them where them animals they wear when them are race, the arse. Me put on them, me just a zoom in on Kishane because as me say, first race, me look on whole heap of something. Multiple things me look on. Me not just look one time. Time basically secondary for me.
Can you put Anne's comment on the screen there? I'm gonna call out Anne.
Anne?
Yeah, this one. Oh, I can't click it.
Hold on.
Go back
Wait
up where
there.
it says no teeth. He's always running from the back. Go back up a little.
Think me did see that comment there. Wait there. Anne Graves.
Yeah, a little bit.
That
Me I
one
call you
there.
because you make one comment on my channel, you see? And you go back, go edit it after me respond. You literally throw me under the bus right there. So I couldn't believe you, Anne. I couldn't believe after she welcome drive you on my channel and I'm be responding up. I should have edited her comments.
Oh.
Like,
so
nice,
she
nice,
so she
Anne, nice.
so she edit it and then when you respond to match up with it.
No, so it look like I'm me I say it.
She pull a fast one for you, man.
Is you mean a shame?
And a
Leave
3
it.
card player. And I play a 3 card. Mike C, no sweep this time around. Sir Mike C, you went. Hey, this is all Mike C reasoning. Mike C, boy. Anyways, me nah go do that. Mike C reasoning kinda, what you call it now? More I find a decent. Me know me leave it alone, yeah, man. Finally, Mike C just said something sensible. What can I sweep you talk, boy? Then Shakir then say enough is sweep at night, you know. So they put on them broom there, here. And a 3 broom at that, put them down. And say enough is
Yeah,
sweep your house at night.
the man stay good. You think me I go hold on my mouth and talk? Although I might be creepy. How old is Kishane again?
About 22.
God of mercy, I sound like a creepy auntie. Consider my age, the age gap. But anyway, he's fine.
The truth is, Noah Lyles wins the 100 and 200 of this story. He's in a different state of mind now. Michael Campbell won that race in 10.44. Kishane would blow that feeling, man. The guy did a lot of background work. Look how powerful his body is, extremely explosive, and he still looks a bit heavy. Kishane looks like
He looks much bigger
stallion.
than last year.
Yeah, man. And remember saying him in a period them a bulk up, you know. So you look at them stay in a weight room a little bit longer. Probably extend it at 2, because Sherickas are 2 weeks later them open. So you probably do 2 extra weeks in the weight room. Because
Maybe
them
they just
probably
started later. Maybe they just started back training later, maybe.
Probably,
like
yeah.
Overall.
Interesting. Wait, T's looking at Kishane like coach looking at Shelly. I don't know about T, you know.
I don't know about what coach I look actually say.
You see, me just stop and me don't know about T, and you just go and say, eh?
If you don't want to pick up a shot, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what
From
you're
who?
about.
From who?
Eh? Who you gonna pick up a shot from? Is it Shelly smoking for?
Kishane people them at that boy and you.
Me, the person bring up Shelly.
Listen, me govern Shelly. On a stopping eyes in a chat room. Me govern Shelly. No doubt about that. Anyways, Jordan said, me don't know what Kishane. Huh?
No, continue.
Me don't know. Me know what? Me know. Hey, Pato hard for read, you know. Me know what Kishane to be second coming Asafa. Because remember, Asafa was really only good in one half races. And remember that last year, Kishane can't do roads. So we need Kishane to be far better. Barry, I just played my number in NYC. Hey, if I find out the American they roll out tonight in a T. Then roll out, man. But you see like on a roll out, that's so we are gonna roll out.
I have to give Live some credit. That 150 was good.
Lies are really the man right now, you know. For real, you know. And him a boots up a place, man. You see the video him say, yo, him can't wait for him next two races, them, you know, racers and New York Grand Prix. Man say, yo, him a come blaze up a place. At them vibes I'm like. Make a track and feel look attractive. You think people now come for Lies? Watch and see. Or racers tracker go big. Coach Auntie, do you
Shakira
think
is Jamaican or joke you make? Joke you don't make Shakira. Me see you everywhere. There's no way you're Jamaican.
Shakira not Jamaican? Not tell nobody that here. Change your name before you say that. Coach Auntie, do you think any Jamaican athletes are going to medal in this Olympics final in the 1 and 2? Let's be real. A 2 category of 1 and 2 you have, you know. No, yeah, 2 category. Which one you refer to? That is just a blanket statement. You have to talk what you talk. Coach, when we get in the interview with Shelly, I want to stop pressure that now, man. Shelly interview soon forward, man. It can't happen anytime before Olympics. Shakira, totally. See, we know all is agree with each other, you know. Mike C, Shakiri, Jupiter Saturn. Where next one name there? Rocky Hill. Yeah, man, all of them team up. But guess what? If you see like on the roll out, that's how we are going to roll on out. Don't worry yourself. Lyle's coming for the world record. Interesting. Coach, leave my friend, brother, wife. Which wife may I trouble, brother? Kishane probably too explosive. He needs all his form and relax. No, it's Warriors 7-7, 777 or whatever.
No, the reason I like the 150 was because of his start, you know. I don't really focus on a 150 because it's a 150, you know what I mean? But I liked his start. I was actually quite impressed by how he started that race.
Hey, you know one interesting thing about Noah Lyles? And that's why I'm going to hard to beat for true, you know. You see Noah Lyles sprinting form, him arm action, they might not be best, you know. But you see that knee lift there? Jesus, please. Everything parallel to ground. You know that a problem. And I thought some things that he lost the 60 meter, you know. The see start where Christian Coleman get. That I only way I go show off now if I'm racing now. If him not get mentally tough to do that, you know. Because sometimes you have to ensure so you're zoning a your lane and not watch who is around you. You have to go to your game plan. Because sometimes athletes in a race and because they see opponent gone, them come out of them drive and stop trust the process. Seeing? So if him do that, him are dangerous, man. If him keep that shape and form, him are dangerous. Which is already dangerous, but at the Olympics, me at him are the man right now. We can't go on it. Any update on when Shelly will open her season? Shelly will open her season soon. Sooner than you think, guys. Which comment about War Room? I don't see no comment about War Room. Oblique, I got dust now. Yeah, man. Oblique, I got destroy him, man. Compound home turf. Wasn't War Room supposed to be at the Racers Grand Prix? Remember
sure
what?
Lift up them foot there. See the knee lift talk about him, but make sure they lift up them knee there. All me look on no oblique, all them not start lift them knee there.
As me I say, a lot of things can cause you not to be doing it, you know. Yeah, compensate because of some niggle. I guarantee Slice taking the 1-2. His finish is going to be difference in the 100. Him can't lose the 200. Me not see how him a lose the 200. Oh, you think, you see, let's see let Tobago run um T.
The
What you
100.
think about let's see you think him a flatter for deceive?
No, that's not it. And worse is, oh yeah, and guys, I can't believe we started this live without even having a moment of silence for him losing his mother. I only have my mother, and I can only imagine losing my mother. You know what I mean? It's wild. It's so funny. I say to my mother all the time, "You're not dying." So I don't know how she can manage that. But
Yeah,
it's just
condolences
sad.
to let's see
And
his family.
when I think about what he could have been potentially going through in the back end because she was ill, you know what I mean? So he was probably dealing So he was probably dealing with that particular issue. No, now in hindsight, looking back at the race. So
Mm-hmm.
with that said, that's probably why the execution was the way it was. I'm not really concerned too much because that was just the first one as well. So it only gets better from there, you know what I mean? So I'm not making too much of a fuss about it. You know what I mean? That was just the first one.
Yeah.
And I remember last season as well. Let's see, was he lost quite a bit over the 100 meters as well before he came and walked away with 2 medals over the 100 meters and the 200 meters. So, I mean, let's see as the season progresses, but him losing his mother is a big factor. I don't know what that's going to do for him training wise. I don't know if this is going to motivate him more. Will
Yeah.
it, throw him into depression? What exactly will happen? I don't know. But he has his little sister to take care of, so he has to man up at this point. You know what I mean? It's tough. He's young, but he has to be that shoulder. So let's see. I'm hoping that he's able to, still have a strong season. But if he doesn't, then clearly I understand why.
His support system have to get it going. Ensure that mentally he's ready. And not just only to compete, but to be in the sport. Because first of all, you have to go through the training, the practice, all of these things. I guess since he competed, then he probably down on him a little bit. Will he take out that frustration on the track and just decide if he zoops past everybody with the in
No,
front of him?
I don't know.
So
That's gonna be tough. Remember, he's the oldest one. He was a mama's boy, meaning his mother's only son. You know what I mean? He only had one parent, his mother. So it's like there's so much factors, and for me, I would be distraught, which is why I said to my mother that you ain't dying. She's the only one I've known since I was a baby, and there's no way I'm losing her. So when I think about that and think about how young he is as well, I'm a grown ass woman and he's so young as well, and I feel the way I feel. I don't know. It's gonna be hard.
yeah, man, a matter of fact, even sometimes if your family members not close, but you know the person, you'd have interacted with the person, and they might drop out. That is still touching in itself, much less parent that are so close to you. Trust me. I I can I I can't imagine what he's feeling, but I've lost a parent, so I probably can feel a little bit of way I feel. You understand? Not my mother, so that might be a little bit different.
But was it your only parent, or you had both of them in your life?
Huh?
Both of your parents were in your life?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt the same way, but I'm saying it hits different when your only parent dies, in my opinion.
When you say in life, what you mean? Because that have to qualify, you know. Anyways, me don't want to talk about that still, because
What did I say?
I just leave that alone. Anyways,
What did I say?
I said
No,
leave
let
it
me clear up the
alone.
misunderstanding.
It's no misunderstanding, T. Just leave
It
it. No.
is because I didn't expect you
I
to
am
take it the way you did.
I
It's
did not
clearly a
misunderstand.
misunderstanding.
Me no
Yes, you did.
misunderstand you. Me just want you stop.
Okay, you misunderstood. The mere fact you want me to stop.
Me no want you talk about that. Just listen me out. No, it's not any clarification or
T,
anything.
T shutting up.
We just no want to talk about no debt, man. Man no want to show certain emotion, you know. Just chill, no, man. Anyways, make we move on for that topic there. What else we no want to talk about? Because we are go want done the show if we don't have nothing else to talk about. People want to say, okay. Appear the argument that come up. Look like we need to go close off the show now. Talk about Brianna Williams. What if we talk about Brianna Williams now? We see Brianna Williams running at the B race and she run what? 11-4? 11-4? I try to remember. 11-4 or 11-3?
11-4-7.
11-4-7? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I could still see remnants of that.
You saw the race?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
I could still see remnants of yo. I could still see remnants of that explosive start from Brianna. But anyways, people, we're gonna end the show here. Sorry about that. Me can't stay on no more here. Appreciate you people being on. Thank you very much. Until next time. Well, hopefully keep your fingers and your toes crossed. Kieran Stewart will be on Thursday. Yeah. Until next time, stay safe. Peace out.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.